What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So been down here at Gaston for the last 2 days. The bite hasn't been really great. Took me a little bit of figuring out, but Moose and I have been getting after it, and today we're going to get out and try to catch some of these fall fish. The last 2 days have been big cold front came through. Today's kind of that initial first day after the cold front. Yesterday afternoon, the bite kind of turned on a bit, and I got on a couple different schools of fish. So we're going to be using a bunch of different fall baits, and hopefully we'll be able to run into some spotted bass, and maybe we'll even stumble across a big largemouth. What do you think, Goose? We gonna get him. Let's go. All right, we got a water temp of, oh, actually it's adjusting right now. Yesterday it was 58, 59. We are starting on one of my favorite points on the whole lake. Caught like a buzzer beater fish last night on the way in. It was about 3.5, 4 pounds ish. Really long fish, skinny, and the only largemouth that I've caught all weekend. Starting with the good old Ned rig. This is where Moose stands 90% of the time. On this side or this side, either one. It's too funny. Come here. First fish of the day. Little spotted bass. Goose? No? Okay. I think there's a couple of fish underneath the boat. I just switched colors too. I had a green pumpkin and gold, purple, and some other color. I've been throwing that around most of the morning. And I just switched up to this color, the deal. Just looks like a shad color, silver and white. Or gray and silver. And all these fish right now are eating 3 to 4 inch shad. Just stacked up out in front of this dock. I don't know if you can see that. There's a few of them there. Granted, that's not exactly the size we're looking for. It looks like there are some bigger marks there. Definitely getting a lot of fish coming up and inspecting the bait, but not doing anything with it. They're not eating it. A lot of them just coming up and looking. Switch to a drop shot just to see if that'd be any better. Grabbed some of these Deep Creek Lures shaky worms, 4 inch. You smell that? Is that garlic, boy? Oh, they're chasing the drop shot a lot better. That looks like a really big fish. There's a ton of, oh wow. Wow, those are some very big fish. Look at that. You see their tails. It's not 2 fish, that's 1 fish. That's his tail's looking like another one though. It's crazy. Oh no. That broke me off. That's good. Dang it. Getting really bad with forgetting to turn the GoPro back on after I stop it, but I just caught another spotted bass, probably 1.5 pounds. Decent little fish. I switched up to the robo worm on the drop shot, and it crushed it. There are definitely some bigger fish out here on this point. I can see them. I'm just having a hard time getting them to eat. I'd be happy catching 1.5 to 2 pounders. It's always fun. 18 feet of water. Got a little bit of rock. A couple stumps and pieces of standing timber down there as well. Wind blowing across the point. Nice little setup, no doubt. We're back in a creek right now too. Not too far off from the main lake, but basically the first arm of the creek. Way down that way. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but there's a bridge out to the main lake, and this is a massive creek here. So we're right at the mouth of it. But I was hoping this weekend I'd be able to get on some, or see some schooling fish, be able to get some topwater, but haven't really seen much topwater action at all. Ooh. Watch your ears, Moose. Sorry, buddy. So they're up in the grass too. These fish are everywhere. It's insane. Ooh, burping. Sorry, dude. This is a largemouth. Little, I mean very little, but kind of interesting. Something to think about too. So when you have these massive schools of spotted bass, even if they're, you know, 6 inches to 3 pounds, and they're sitting off of points and, you know, in 10 to 20 feet of water or deeper. This hasn't always been a spotted bass lake. I'm wondering if the largemouth adapt to having the spotted bass in here. Like if they, you know, maybe they stay shallow if all the spots are a little bit deeper. Goosey boom. Why are you drooling? Whoa! What the hell? I have no idea where this came from. That's so funny. One of those fish must have spit it up. It's a tiny little bass. Huh, interesting. Typically in the fall, it's probably in your best interest to be moving around a lot more than I do, or than I am right now. And it might be because of the live scope and I can see so many fish here, and that's a topic for another discussion. But moving around is probably super helpful because the fish are moving a lot right now. Yeah. Sweet. But is it a bass? It is. A little one out in 24, 25 feet of water. Sitting on that brush pile. Oh, damn. Whoa, okay. How cool is that? Ah, that was so sick. That's a spot, too. Decent spotted bass right there. Right, okay. That is, I was stuck on that stump. I'm trying to get it free. As soon as I got it free, I just like popped it over and let it sit there. It was right next to the boat, and I noticed my line running off. 302. Not bad, huh, Moosey? That's pretty solid. I'm stoked. And because I gotta leave soon, it's a good way to finish it off. Give it a lick. Moose doesn't like fish. Sweet. Thank you for biting the jig. That was a 1/2 ounce Dobbins football jig with the Guggen Baits crawl on the back, that rattling crawl. All right, Goose, we got a decent one. Not bad. Thing took off. Stuck again. Let's see if we can duplicate. That feels like really stuck. Well, I guess that's another good point to make to you guys. If you do get stuck, don't just reel it in immediately after. Let it get on the other side of whatever you're stuck on. Sit there for a second, because if there's a fish watching your bait stuck up into something and it's just getting rattled, like exactly what just happened, sometimes they'll come and crush it. Oh, man. I'm throwing that jig around right now on a Kistler Z-Bone. This is a 7.6 heavy, medium heavy. Such an amazing jig rod. If you guys want to check this out, I'll leave it linked down in the description below. I'm also throwing the high-speed gear ratio Kistler reel and 20-pound sunline. Well, I think that's going to be a good spot to end it off. I got to run back up to Richmond today and pick up my girlfriend from the airport. Moose and I will see you guys back at the van.